All right, so welcome again to the Military Guna MG Sports TV. Definitely happy to have you guys here. Vin Blaine, as you can see, Vin Blaine, the Reggae Girlz, Vin Blaine, J5 saga continues. Now, Vin Blaine has remained undecided on his decision at this moment. We're going to get into the article, explaining some of the stuff. We're going to discuss what he said and speak about a small something that I really highlighted in this article that I said I must discuss this. So stick around and let's get into that. But before I do that, before I get into the article, you guys know I don't want to stick here. I'm speaking to you guys about likes and subscribe. Just do the right thing, which is hitting that like button and most definitely hitting that subscribe button. So let's get straight into the article. Like button really helps the video, so do that please. Let's get straight into the article. Don't have really much time to waste at this point in time. So the article titled Up in the Air. Blaine's remain undecided despite J5 backing. Players ponder next move. So the players are wondering what to do next. Okay, we will see. Let's get into the details of the article. So while welcoming support from the Jamaica Football Federation, Vin Blaine remains undecided about his future as interim head coach of the senior Reggae Girlz. Blaine's comments follow news that the JFF board has accepted the recommendation of the Technical and Development Committee to continue with the veteran tactician and his staff, pointing to what it deemed insufficient evidence to support players' concern expressed in a letter sent just over a week ago. The two-page letter signed by 20 players. No. Let me get this out. Let me get it straight. 20 players. Now, who are those players that did not sign? What are the stipulations surrounding those players that did not sign? What are their thoughts? What do they view? How do they view the situation? That would be quite interesting. I'm getting those information. So let's continue. Cited amongst other things a lack of confidence and technical acumen and leadership style of Blaine and his assistants, which the players said run counter to what is required to take them to the FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand next year. Now, the girls are quite blatant with this. They're telling us straight and direct that, hey, you don't have the necessary prerequisite skills to take us to the next level. That's what the girls are saying. It's straightforward. You don't have that prerequisite skills, that necessary guile, that extra oomph about you to take us to the next level. So, straight, facts. They're not hiding. We're being straight. That's what the girls are saying. Let's continue. Let's continue with the article. So even though the JFF, this is what Vin Blaine is saying, quote unquote, even though the JFF said that, I have not met with them to really discuss anything. I was waiting on them to make their decision, but I have really decided if I am staying, but I have not really decided if I am staying or going. I spoke to them prior and told them that I won't say I am resigning until I see something come out. So now that I know what their intentions are, I am waiting to sit down with the president and discuss the way forward. Now, this is quite, I do think that this is quite straightforward from Blaine, stating that he didn't want to make any decision. He didn't want to do anything until he hears something directly from the Jamaican Football Federation, stating what the situation is. Then he can he can formalize himself and think about what he wants to do next. If it's the best move, if the next move is in his best interest or the best interest of the team, most definitely. But if he sees it that this cannot continue based on the toxic environment that he might find himself in, I highly doubt that he will continue. Let's continue. Let's get further into the article. Now, I read the part already. Blaine look like he has two left foot though. The country's governing football body in a release said it is in its best interest to continue with the current coaching staff, with the progress closely monitored and evaluated periodically. However, the observer has learned that some players are extremely disappointed with the decision to retain Blaine and his team and are also considering their future with the program. This, Blaine said, was always expected, and the lack of players' acceptance towards the coaching staff was in fact the main reason for his hesitancy. So why? Why did he take it if there's so much issues in this? There's so much issues in this, so much to and from. He was hesitant in taking the job. You still take the job. You found out that this is a situation. You didn't really spoke out about it until this happened. Surprisingly, it's like we expected and we really really saw this coming at this point in time, but it's poor. It's really really poor. A lot of mismanagement of individual, a lot of mismanagement of self, and also mismanagement of the federation. Now remember, the girl said that they're now considering their future with the Jamaica Football Federation, playing for Jamaica. So that is actually a big statement made by the girls. Now let's continue with the article. I still going to it's still going to be a toxic environment. Um, Miss Blaine said was always expecting a lack of players' acceptance towards the coaching staff, which in fact was the main reason for his hesitancy. It's still going to be a toxic environment because if I say I will have to remove some people, I will have to take a different approach toward the players because I know not all the players were in agreement with removing the staff. This staff. Removing this staff. A body of people. Could be one person. What JFF sent out gives you a positive review. So any coach would say the federation is supporting them. We did spoke about that on the stream. But when you look at the locker room, when you look at how many people signed the document and what is happening around the team, you might have people that are still unhappy with my presence. And I do agree. I 100% agree with that. My mind was really not to go back. I was about 80% sure I would leave, and I haven't changed that view totally. I will have to hold conversation with staff because it's not about me alone, he noted. Among the players, criticism of Blaine were alleged lack of communication and professionalism, including the absence of daily schedule and absence of staff explanation. I don't think we need to get into a lot more of this. I don't. These are mostly stuff said by Dalton Wind and the JFF. So we don't necessarily have to get in that. We kind of basically cover the whole aspect of the more serious aspect of it in regards to what the girl said about their future, considering their future, and also Blaine saying that it's now a difficult situation or position that he's in. So these are the important aspects of the article that I do believe that we have to really look into. Now, when the girl said that they are really considering their future, this is actually a very big and bold statement. We are considering our future. It doesn't matter what direction you want to look at. We're speaking about representing your nation. Yes, you might have an issue with a coach. Well, funny enough, it's now issue with the coach and also with the federation. It's tough. It's really, really tough. This is actually highlighting a deep-rooted issue because we have now seen the same situation from the Reggae Boyz. Leon Bailey came out boldly speaking that if we don't qualify, it's the federation. So a lot of blame are being thrown on the back of the federation and many different various variables and factors surrounding qualification, the senior teams, just progress with the senior teams. Most of those variables would have fallen on the back of the JFF. And blatantly, both parties, the Reggae Girlz and the Reggae Boyz, have come openly speaking against the aspect of the JFF and how they're handling the federation and how they're handling the situation surrounding football in Jamaica. So, most definitely, based on what they're saying, you can say that the JFF is quote unquote the Jamaica's number one enemy in football. And it's tough, but we need something to happen. We need changes, and most definitely we have to advocate for change. That is a fact, and it has to start from the top. And there has to be something wrong for the girls and the boys to be on the same page. We as fans are on the same page as well, but most definitely we need to start put things in place now to get that done. But anyways, people, thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, MG Sports TV, we're out, people.